We coming in. It's June 2020. Got Hangin with. Starting the stream. Yeah. Hanging with. Hey guys, this is Hangin with Scorpio, June 2020. Thanks for joining me. Hope everyone's doing really good out there. Strange times, we all know. Hopefully we're taking the time to not overextend ourselves and all the fear and all the push and pulls of media, right? Inviting us to fight over things and to be confrontational. Hopefully we have the wisdom to know the difference and see better, right? Scorpio, lots of stuff coming up for the month of June. This is Hangin' With. This is my monthly series where I go through each sign. We go over the astro weather for the month. We also do a personal tarot card reading just for your sign. Talk about some general themes of what's coming up so you're prepared and aware so you don't get caught off guard or caught with your pants down, right? Scorpio, caught your pants down? Well, I kind of went with this orange color and then I've got like blue on my face. I don't know, it's kind of peachy, right? Not sure what's going on there. Alright, so let's check the stream here. Make sure everything's working good. There we go. Hanging with Scorpio. There we are. Anyway, Scorpio, let's get into your astro weather for the month. Astro weather. Woo! Yeah. All right. So this is where we check out the astrology for the month. See what's going on. We've got lots of stuff going on. Lots of confusion this month. Lots of crossed wires, but also a great opportunity to move forward and start taking all this funky energy and going forward with it somewhere, right? Going somewhere constructive, some possible movement, but also slowdowns. We got a Mercury retrograde and all that. First significant, this is June 5th, 2020 on the screen right now. First significant aspect of the month is full moon in Sagittarius and a lunar eclipse. Tune in and get spiritual, Scorpio. Call it in. Time to get real and look at your long-term goals. Take the time to consider other people when designing your future. So this full moon's going to energize you, give plenty of opportunity to kind of really reflect on your life and where you're going, and just keep in mind to keep it spiritual and keep other people in mind when you're planning your future. Between June 5th and June 18th, not much going on, but there's a number of aspects that involve the sun in Gemini, which is very talkative. Gemini wants to talk about things. They want to have intellectual conversations. They want to move forward. They want to talk to people. They want to get out there in the world and do things, right? And on June 6th, this is going to square Mars in Pisces. Mars in Pisces doesn't really feel at home there. It's kind of feels out of place, right? Mars is all about getting focused and moving forward, and Pisces is kind of spaced out and swimming in the waters of emotions and spirituality, right? So Mars is kind of like, get me out of here. So it could be that, there's this kind of forward movement of energy, but things just don't feel clear yet, right? Then a little bit later on June 11th, we have this also the sun in Gemini squaring Neptune and Pisces this time. Now this could go both ways. Gemini's kind of energy and intellectual energy and communication, when it meets Neptune and Pisces, which is very Neptune's a very fantastical planet, very fantasy. Pisces very spiritual, right? So these are very spiritual fantasy type realms. It could go both ways. It could just really create difficult communication with Gemini, or it means we could be communicating from more of our spiritual realm and really pulling in deep wisdom. So that could be really interesting. June 18th, we have our fourth retrograde planet coming in at Mercury retrograde in Cancer until July 12th. How can we think clearly when our emotions are at 11? It's going to take focus to see things for what they really are. An opportunity to purify our emotional balance with reality. So Mercury retrograde is, it's a time of we can have a lot of miscommunications. It's a time to be mindful of travel, right? You want to make sure your oil's topped off and check your tire pressure, right? Look out for, just be mindful when driving, stuff like that, right? If you are doing air travel, you might have some mix-ups with tickets, that kind of stuff. Mercury retrograde in Cancer is all about wanting to communicate from our nurturing point of view, right? So reflecting on our nurturing, reflecting on our ability to be there for others, home and family, things like that. Things like that will be the themes. Not a great time to be signing contracts or making big commitments. Then, June 20, we got the sun entering the sign of Cancer. Happy birthday, Cancers. Double check your plans. It's Crab Fest at Everywhere Under the Sun. We want to feel at home. We want to feel safe. We want to feel loved. We want to feel nurtured. We want to nurture and be loved, right? So that's everything Cancer, right? Cancer is also very intuitive, ruled by the moon. Okay, June 21, new moon in Cancer and an annular solar eclipse. The gas pedal is pushed on an already emotional month. We reach its height and we see what we're made of here. It could be a peak moment in this retrograde cycle, meaning that we've got 5 planets in retrograde and this Cancer Mercury retrograde cycle. So keep an eye out for June 21st. New moons, not a huge fan myself. The energy can be kind of low. But also, there's not much going on, so that's when we kind of take the time to plan and set our intentions for the next month, right? June 23rd, we got Neptune retrograde in Pisces. This will be the 5th planet now retrograde. So lots of slowdowns, lots of times of reflection. Retrogrades are just typically a time to reflect on things inward, right? Not a lot of outward activity, it's more inward activity, right? Not a good time for a lot of outward action or commitments, right? Let's all meet at Planet Hollywood in the 16th dimension and order me a wake-up call. I'll be there in negative 15 minutes or whatever. All we needed was another retrograde planet. Following the 3 from May and Mercury retrograde in Cancer, we now find the majority of the planets in retrograde position as Neptune joins the party in WTF Pisces. How's going on? Don't believe a damn thing you hear, think, feel, or imagine, or you're sure to mess something up. Neptune can be very spiritual, very fantastical, right? But it can also be deception. So you want to be mindful that you're not deceiving yourself in the way that you're seeing a situation. And you want to also be mindful that somebody's not setting you up for failure or setting you up to take advantage of you, right? So it's when we can look at things with starry eyes and not really see them for what they really are, right? So be mindful. It's kind of a reality distorter. June 25th, some good news here. We got Venus going direct in Gemini. It's been retrograde in Gemini since May 13th, so that'll knock our 5 planets back down to 4 retrograde planets, which is good. Good if you want forward movement, I guess I should say. Good news is Venus is direct. That is unless you fell for a trap and now you're regretting that new relationship when you woke up next to Mr. Wrong. So what that's speaking to is that sometimes when Venus is in retrograde position, we can have past loves contact us, people that wouldn't usually be attracted to us are attracted to us, and people we wouldn't usually be attracted to, we're attracted to. And then as soon as it goes direct again, kind of the spell wears off and we're left dealing with the fact that, we may have made commitments to people we didn't really feel that strongly about, or now that we feel different about, right? So hopefully you guys are being mindful about that. Don't want to get caught with your pants down. June 28th, Mars in Aries. Feeling good. Sextiling. Saturn and Aquarius. Sextiles are like trines. They're positive energy flow. They move smoothly, right? Not squares like they're harsh, Sextiles and trines are smooth flowing energy. Positive influence. So some good forward momentum. Saturn and Aquarius. So responsibility with the collective. But some really good, some action is going to be taken in regards to the responsibility of the collective. June 30th, we've got a wacky one. We got retrograde Jupiter conjunct retrograde Pluto in Capricorn. So this is journeying back into an area of the houses that were highly activated in the last year or two regarding transformation of government structures, transformation of our own structures, transforming who we think we are, who we've been for a long time. These traditions, these legacies, which are important. It's important to have traditions. It's important to have bureaucracy. It's important to have these kind of boring stick in the mud type personalities and systems, because they keep us grounded while we're testing out and trying out new ideas, right? So everyone serves a role, right? But a lot of these are outdated now, so they're being transformed and have been being transformed. So at the end of June, you're going to see a little bit of a revisit here from some energy maybe we were feeling towards the end of last year. The theme here is let's back this bitch up into another bitch backing it up, and make sure you exchange insurance information. Shit's getting trill and the weather's been taking you there, but you'll find out what you're made of. You're going to find some inner strength that maybe you didn't know you had. You have more strength than you may have thought. This month is all about self-reflection and seeing what's what and what's not. Drop it into second gear and engine brake this shit into July. So just take it easy. No need to get crazy and push ahead on things or be pushy about things. You know, just take it a slow step at a time, right? Take it easy. So Scorpio, that is your general astro weather for the month. All we'll be doing now is a personal tarot reading just for you. See what's going on? What's going on, Scorpio? I got some Scorpios in my life that I love. Good people, really good people. Earnest people. Earnest people. And if you can get a Scorpio to open up to you, man, it's a beautiful thing. Scorpios are magnetic. They attract people to them, you know? Woo! And I do a lot of videos. You know, it's funny, is I really enjoy these videos. What I find I have a difficult time with is the light. Adi Brahaj. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for stopping by. I'm doing my live Hanging with Scorpio astrology and tarot reading video for the month. I do also do my street level live, which is my live complimentary tarot readings, which I'll be doing again very soon here. Just going to finish up a couple more videos for the month. So stay subscribed and like and notified, and you'll be the first to know next time I go live. Thanks for stopping by. If you are a Scorpio, or if you want to check out the tarot reading for Scorpio I'll be doing here momentarily, please feel free to stop by, or hang out, I should say. I'm not doing readings right now. I'm doing my I have a series called Hangin with, and that's where I go through each sign for the month. So today we're doing Scorpio, but I will be doing readings very soon. Maybe even tonight. Maybe I'll do some readings tonight. If not, probably tomorrow. And feel free to stop back by, and I'm happy to give you a reading. Look forward to talking to you. What's going on in your life? I'm going to do a reading for Scorpio here for the month. So check out some general vibes for Scorpio for the month. All right, Scorpio, let's tune it in. Let's tune it in and blow it out, right? There we go. There's stack 1, stack 2, stack 3. We take stack 2, we put it in stack 1 and top stack 3. Flip it. All right, Ace of Wands. That's a great way to start a reading. Ace of Wands, new vitality, new opportunities coming your way. That's going on in your spiritual realms, recent past. We've got your subconscious realms here. We have your upcoming future, Page of Cups in reverse. We have your attitude in the situation. Oh, attitude's everything, guys. We're going to have to watch that attitude a little bit. Environment, things are slowing down. Greatest hopes, greatest fears is that you can move forward, but you might need to slow down a little bit first. Let's see what's going on. Chariot, things are slowing down. Things are slowing down. Things are slowing down. All right, this is all about spiritual growth. Let's see what's going on here. Ace of Wands. Nature of the reading, we've got Ace of Wands here. Ace of Wands is like the hand of God coming out and providing resources to you, right? So this is inspiration. This is power, creation, beginnings, potential. You know, there's some new energy blowing up for you. Some new possibility, some new opportunity. Now, what's influencing this opportunity, or where this opportunity is coming from, is the, what are we at here? Nine of Swords in reverse. Nine of Swords in reverse is you've hit a point of some sort of hopelessness or depression, and you're kind of over it, right? So you're like, I'm tired of laying in bed feeling depressed, right? So some new inspiration's coming. And again, this can come out of nowhere. This is the hand of God. This is, you didn't have to do anything. Boom, you know? So just keep in mind, if you've been having a difficult time here, keep your eyes open for some new inspiration, new possibilities coming your way. It's a real positive thing. Now, up in the spiritual realms is, this is the card that's kind of from the divine realms or from the spiritual realms. I'm going to brighten this up just a little bit here. Let's go this way. All right, that's a little bit better, huh? This is the message from the spiritual realms. Typically, this tends to be kind of like a totem or something that you can kind of think about for the month to inspire you through the situation, through your month, right? So the Tower typically is huge transformation. What's in reverse, you know, this is, you know, avoiding a disaster or being responsive to a situation to avoid disaster. But it can also be you know, kind of like lacking ambition or not wanting to move forward, right? So sometimes we have to break down old structures to move forward, right? So this is just keeping you reminded that it's okay to go through change and transformation, and sometimes it's necessary if we want to move forward, right? If we want to move out of this mental struggle, sometimes we have to go through transformation and changes and try new things, right? So this is, you have new opportunities coming, but it means you might have to change your attitude or your energy regarding this situation, right? Recent past, Wheel of Fortune, been looking for some changes haven't been coming, you know, and you're like, well, what's it gonna take, you know, again, but you have some good stuff coming forward here. In the subconscious realms, this is what's motivating you in this situation, you know, this is what we create, right? And we create it subconsciously. Whether we're aware of it or not, right? So the Ace of Cups is like, you know, you want this sense of emotional fulfillment in your life and that you haven't felt, and you're saying, you know what, I'm going to create this, I'm going to manifest this, you know. It appears as the hand of God, but this is really your own doing. This is your relationship with the greater God force that you're creating, right? So you want emotional fulfillment, you want to move forward with more depth in your life. Now, what's coming up here in the near future is you've got the Page of Cups in reverse. Page of Cups is new opportunities, right? This is like new emotional opportunities. And you're kind of waiting for this new fulfillment to come, right? So you look at, you've got the Page of Cups, and he's kind of waiting for this inspiration, his cup to be filled with water, right? Which is emotions, right? Meaningfulness. And the Ace of Cups here is you're kind of tired of not having that, right? So here you are waiting. You're motivated because you want it, and you're sitting here saying, I want it, and you're waiting, but it's not quite there yet, right? Now, your attitude in this situation, this is really important here. The Knight of Cups is, you can't really force things to be, right? You can't really force things to be what you want them to be, you know, especially emotionally, right? So the Knight of Cups in reverse is somebody who's somewhat unrealistic, or there's a little bit of jealousy or moodiness involved, right? So we have to look at our attitudes, we have to look at our emotions and say, you know, what's my attitude in this situation? Our attitudes form a lot of our lives, right? Because, you know, if the mind and our thinking processes and how we see things are quite elastic and flexible, you know, if we get too rigid in our thinking and our expectations of life and how things should be, we can find ourselves really creating a lot of self-inflicted suffering, right? So you kind of want this new emotional experience, and you're a little impatient about it and maybe a little grumpy about it. Hopefully not blaming others or anything like that, right? Your environment is, everyone's just kind of in a time of self-reflection. You know, you may want to make connections and move forward, but you know, people just really are in general slowing down and going through their own processes. When people are going through their own processes, we can't pressure or apply or put expectations on other people to be what we need them to be when they're going through their own sense of transformation, right? Hangman in reverse is in your sign. It's in your aspect of your greatest hopes and greatest fears. So your greatest hopes is about moving forward, and also you're a little fearful about moving forward. What does it mean? You know, where am I going? Outcome card is the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is a journey. This is a necessary rite of passage, a necessary transition in life, and it's an opportunity for us to be kind of broken apart and you know, really kind of expand our view on what life really is, and really integrate deeper amounts of awareness, right? So this can be both positive and negative, or it's looking at the truth of our lives, right? And that can be difficult sometimes. It can feel hard to accept, right? So you see people, the swords representing the mind, they're in the boat kind of dealing with their own minds, right? As they're transitioning from one land mass to another, right? So it's that slow process of acceptance, right? Of movement. And what's influencing this is that things just haven't moved forward. So there's a little bit of solemnness here, right? So Scorpio, let's not leave it just at that there. Let's look at some other cards here. Let's see what we're looking at. It's a time of reflection, you know, and relaxation, you know. So I would take this as kind of like, you know, why not seize the opportunity instead of sitting and waiting for something to happen? Why not you know, create your own little paradise, right? Create your own little relaxation space. Create your little relaxation chair outside under an umbrella, you know, and make yourself your favorite drinks and spend time in the sun and relaxing. And then you have the time to really purify your emotions and get to know yourself in your own times of reflection. So I'd say this is very much about just making sure that you're not what's driving you is driving you for the right reasons, right? So, you know, what we have with Scorpios in general is we have this deep warmth and magnetism and all this stuff, and Scorpios can really create whatever they're like, right? So it's about being mindful about making sure that whatever we're creating is something that we can live with, and that respects and honors other people in the process, right? And if people aren't ready to move forward, it's all good, no pressure. You know, you've got your own little chill space, right? So I would say it's really kind of, I'm getting this vision of almost like this the Scorpio tiki hut, right? You got your backyard, you got your little lanterns out, right? You got your little grill, you're grilling pineapple, some like tofu skewers, whatever your thing is, right? You got your little like pineapple floaty in the pool, you're hanging out on your chair. And it's just all about you, and you're creating that richness and that excitement that you look for in other people sometimes, right? So you get that opportunity to spiritualize this process while having a lot of fun and creating a space that really makes you feel good about you and what you're doing. So this month's all about taking care of you, Scorpio. It's all about creating your own little tiki hut, your tiki zone, your relaxation station, right? Taking the time to get to know yourself. Sometimes you're the best company, right? And if you get relaxed and comfortable, it can feel good. Learn to feel good with Scorpio. Right? Let everyone do what they got to do. Anyway, Scorpio, thanks for stopping by. Much appreciated. Sending you guys lots of love for the month of June. Dude, world's a wacky place. Avoid crossed wires. Really get into you. Get into Scorpio, right?